Hey guys, today I'm going to show you a story that I found really intriguing, and it was about the mystery of the Crown of Thorns. And what's so mysterious about it, and the thing that I really like, is when people are close to this in the modern era, there's still a sense of atmosphere and the Crown of Thorns being alive. I don't know about you, but I get that feeling around certain people, around certain places you go to, and it's a feeling that you can't really describe. However, you know that there's a presence. So, with that being said, I'll show you some clips of something that I found really interesting. The show is called Crown of Thorns, The Mystery of the Crown of Thorns, and it basically shows from when Jesus had the crown of thorns placed on his head by the Roman soldiers, 2,000 years. So it was like a huge gap between 2,000 years of being placed on his head to then going to Constantine, which is now known as Istanbul. And I think it was the prince or the emperor of Constantine had the Crown of Thorns, and people watched it and saw that the Crown of Thorns actually was dying and coming back to life depending on the seasonality of it. That sounds pretty mysterious to me. Whether it's true or not is another thing to look into. If you believe that it's true, comment that it's true. I'm on the edge of this. I'm on the fence. There's some things that I know feel like it's true and it might not be, but other things like this story sounds really intriguing. So I thought I'd share it with you. Without further ado, I'll get into the video right now.
The story of this relic begins 2,000 years ago. On a hill outside Jerusalem, Roman soldiers twist together thorny twigs into the shape of a crown. They roughly press it onto the head of their prisoner, calling him King of the Jews. They force him to the top of a hill, nail him to a wooden cross, and leave the condemned man, Jesus Christ, to die. What happened that day, and in the days that followed, changed the course of history. But it's not just the story of that day that has endured.
Passion relics are objects that are associated with the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. They are the relics that give you a direct line to that sacrifice that people believe that he made for their sins. When you're in close proximity to one of these relics, there is a sense as close as you can. You are connecting in person to Jesus. So this could be the shroud that he was wrapped in, or it could be the Holy Grail. It could be the Crown of Thorns. The Crown of Thorns was used to humiliate Jesus. It was an impromptu creation by the Romans used to mock Jesus. And so, to preserve that and turn it into something that's used to honor Christ, those are the kind of symbols that last. But how did this thorny crown that might once have pierced Jesus' head come to be displayed 2,000 years later and 2,000 miles away in Paris? The last known reference to the Crown of Thorns being worshipped or venerated in Jerusalem actually dates to around 870, but then the record goes dark. The next reference to the Crown of Thorns appears in the 10th century in Constantinople, which is of course today Istanbul, in the private chapel of the emperor. The treasured crown is kept locked away, but every Easter it is put on display for the public. Pilgrims who have journeyed hundreds of miles just to gaze upon the crown of Jesus are astonished to see the precious relic wither, die, and then come back to life in front of their eyes. They return home with their tale of the miraculous crown, which died and was resurrected like Jesus.